Hey YouTube, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I just wanted to give you guys an update on how my garden is doing. And also, I had a a disaster. I don't know if you watched a few videos before this one, where I sprayed accidentally something that was for the trees. It was a fungicide, copper fungicide on my vegetable plants, and almost killed everything. And then I was able to replant some stuff, and just wanted to give you guys an update on how everything is doing. So I'll start with this one. This is where I had actually planted the entire chili, like the entire chili, and I buried it instead of buying seeds. I think this is Serano. I had some really ripe Serranos, was all red, and I took that pepper and I just dug a hole and I planted it. And you can see all these plants are coming out of one Serrano pepper. So there you go. So many plants. So I did not take out the seeds and plant it. I just put the entire pepper and I buried it. And you can see what happens when you bury the entire pepper. It was successful. I'm just super impressed with that. Um, this is my sweet peppers. Sweet potatoes. Um and also, I also have ube. So there's the ube plant. Let me see if I can zoom in. These leaves are the purple ube plant. It's just so beautiful and delicate compared to um, the sweet potato leaves. So the ube leaf is super beautiful. I think it's just gorgeous. How pretty it is. Um, so I've got ube growing here along with the sweet potato. I even have another ube plant in here. You can see that's a ube plant. Um, and I grew ube from a part of ube root. So you can actually buy ube root. It's seasonal, so it's usually available in January, February. I don't know if some stores carry it year round, but I did buy it in that time, and I was able to put one in the ground. And actually, I put three in the ground, and all three grew. So super happy about that. Um, Over here, I have some sweet corn growing. This is the first time I'm attempting to grow corn. Not sure what's going to happen, but I can already see like the tassels growing on the very top. Uh, yeah, I'm not quite sure how corn is grown. So yeah, this is just an experiment. I bought some seeds and I pushed them into the ground. Nothing else special. And I did grow it very closely in certain areas to help with the pollination. When I was reading, it said that you can't just grow one corn. You'll have more success rate when you grow multiple corn next to each other, because the wind will blow the pollen, and if the corn is not pollinated, there's no corn seeds for us to eat. So things like that. So I have some feeding to do. You can see this is a weed going to seed, and need to stomp on it. Um, what else? Yeah, so this is the corn, and I'm assuming that these shoots over here will form the corn down there. So, not quite sure. I'm not fertilizing them, but they are growing in bed of compost. So this is literally all goat poop and chicken poop and horse manure. So yeah, it's my soil is extremely good because I have a lot of animals that I raise, and I don't have horses anymore, but I started filling my beds with horse manure, and now I just continue to add the goat manure every year. In springtime, I collect all the manure, and because every year the raised beds shrink down a few inches, actually almost 6 inches, I would say. Um, so you can see this bed is already quite low, but when I start the garden, it's actually all the way to the top. But yeah, it'll shrink down eventually. I guess it's just being composted down. So my compost or goat manure and everything is not already composted. Sometimes it's still a little hot, and that's okay with the goat manure. With the chicken manure, I cannot do that in this large quantity. It will burn all my plants. But with goat manure and horse manure, I can have a little bit hot manure, and the plants do just fine. So horse manure, I think I had to keep it at least a month before I can plant in. For goat manure, I can plant straight in. Um, it's not hot at all. So what hot means, it's not very strong where it'll kill your plants. But chicken manure, definitely, if you put a little bit extra, if it is not composted, it will kill your plants. I've already killed quite a few plants, so I'm telling you because of experience. But yeah, that's the corn update. I don't know if I will actually get a corn, but I'm just excited to see the corn plant doing so well. So that's that. These are actually some mint stems that I had purchased from Indian store. I used my mint in the cooking, and I just took each stem that I've already used that was just garbage, but instead of throwing it away, I planted it. So you can see each and every stem that I planted has leaves and probably roots. So I don't mind taking out one and showing you guys. Let me go around. So let's pick one. Let's see. I guess I can pick this big one. Zoom out and pick this one. Yeah, already has roots. So you can see it's so well developed roots. So super easy to grow mint. All you do is just when you're buying mint, if the stems are really nice and thick like this, you can make a bunch of mint plants from it. It's actually already sending side shoots, and this is what's going to spread the mint everywhere in the garden. So, and I want a lot of mint everywhere in my garden, so I'm okay with this. If you don't want to grow mint everywhere or mint to take over everywhere, put it in a pot, because mint is invasive. So yeah, just FYI, in case you have experience in growing mint, it can be a pain to remove if you don't want it to grow everywhere. So planting it back in, it'll be fine. So just easy to grow mint. All you need is some mint stems. You just take off all the leaves and just plant it in, and that's all. Um, Over here also I have some more mints growing, and at the very end I was actually tired of separating, and you can see some mints did not grow, but I put a bunch of them in and 3 of them are doing well. Oops, sorry, camera was not in focus, but you can see all these stems did not do good, but these 3, or actually 4, yeah, 3 are fine. The rest of them did not. So you can just try it, and hopefully you'll have some success. So I have plenty of mint now, just weeding as I go. I try to weed twice a week if I can. Especially I give priority to weeds that are growing near my plants that are growing, and that's just a mint that I have planted, and that's fine. So yeah, I want my beds to be taken over with mint. I use a lot of mint in my cooking. I make a lot of mint chutney, and also add mint to a lot of rice dishes. So yeah, really like mint flavor. I like mint tea, mint in my chai. So yeah, bunch of mint things. What else? Yeah, there's more weed, more weeding, more weeding. You can see this corn is struggling because it has so much weed around it. Okay. I am a gardener who actually gardens with my bare hands. I should wear gloves. I do have a lot of gloves, but it's never makes it to my hand. So I don't know what kind of weed it is, but this stuff just grows creepy. So I actually pull the weed and just put it in the bed and let it decompose in the bed. Unless it has seeds, it's okay. So, because if it has seeds, then instead of decomposing, it's going to just continue growing again. So I will be growing some other stuff in this empty bed. I actually have quite a few seeds that I just purchased from MI Gardener. This is my first time purchasing, so I will show you guys what I got from MI Gardener. The prices were really good. I see a pepper plant right there. That's not a weed. That's me intentionally planting a pepper plant, but it was covered with weeds. So now that the weeds are gone, it'll have more sunlight and resources to grow. More weeds. Okay, let's water down this pepper plant. This is a sweet pepper that I found growing from the composting around the trees. So this is another free plant. I find a lot of free plants because I compost not just in one place, and quite a few of those compost piles produce even plants that produce that I've actually eaten. So I also made a video about that. So how to, I think, grow free plants or something like that. So if you want to watch that, I'm growing a bunch of tomatoes from just putting down waste tomato seeds. You know, sometimes the tomatoes are too ripe and kids may have just thrown it out. Um, and that one tomato is producing a ton of tomatoes for us right now. It's in my front yard, so I'm not going to show you that video for today. I'm going to try and focus just right here. So these beautiful zinnias actually made it back. I had killed it initially, but you can see this is the one that died, and since then I have so much new growth and more zinnias growing. So love that this beautiful zinnia. It's huge. Look at that beauty. I don't know if it's a bumblebee or some kind of bee, but enjoying it really. And all new blooms right here. So many pops, so I think it's gonna do great. This was my cilantro bed that's taken over by the weeds, and this actually entire row. So one of these days, hopefully today, I can go through this bed and plant them. All right, so let's go to the tomato area. And this bed was a green bean bed. I need to take it down. I have a lot of green beans that I need to take inside, like this one. And I'll show you the bean. Such a beautiful bean. But yeah, I need to just take these finish harvesting all these beans and save them for the next growing season. And of course I have to read it, quite a bit reading. So here are some tomatoes that I purchased from a store, because I think I killed almost 90% of all the tomato plants that I had in the raised beds, and so far it's doing great. So I don't see any tomatoes, so I went ahead and added some organic fertilizer yesterday, because I see a lot of growth but no tomatoes, and I'm hoping to see a lot of blossoms but no tomatoes actually forming. So yeah, I'm hoping that the fertilizer does it. So I'm going to fertilize it until I actually see some tomatoes growing on all of these tomato plants. So that's what's going on with the tomatoes. This is the eggplant putting out nice beautiful flowers right there. So I'm hoping that it also produces quite a bit of tomatoes. And right next to it, you can see some green beans growing. These are the bean seeds that I just showed you that I've been planting here and there as I collect them, or my daughter has been collecting them and pushing them in. So not just one place, just green beans everywhere. Kind of the idea. Yeah, so that's the tomatoes. And I also am growing some mint in and around. This mint is actually quite bug damaged. I don't know what plant this is. Can't tell what this is. Let me smell it. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. So it could be a chili. But you can see a lot of mint growing here. And weeds, of course. So there's a lot of mint plants. And I just sprinkled some mint seeds around the tomatoes. So I'm hoping that the tomatoes shade out the the basil. I'm going the basil around it. So I have tomato and basil going next to each other. And just like the other mint I was showing you. This is another mint and some onions that I just planted them because they were going to seed. I wanted for them to blossom so I can have some onion seeds to save. Another bean plant coming through. So yeah, that's what's going on. And then this is the Tindora plant, which I almost killed, but it's coming back again. Again, I sprayed the copper fungicide accidentally. I thought it was soapy water, and yeah, now I label all my bottles, spray bottles, and things like that. So yeah, it was a hard lesson to learn, but it happens. And you know, even if you kill almost everything, certain things come back. Like this one is completely, like you can see all this. This is all the dead plant, the brown stuff that you can see. Yeah, it made it back, so I'm so glad. It's hard to find the Tindora plant. And over here, I have another bed of Armenian cucumbers. This is something I'm growing for the first time. It's doing good so far, and I also have a lot of basil next to it. So I'm hoping the basil gets some shade because of the cucumber plants. And yeah, you can see quite a bit of Armenian cucumbers. This is just weed. And these two beds, probably this one and that bed, I need to replant it with other seeds that I've just ordered. So I'll be making another video showing you guys what I purchased and what I'm growing. So anyways, sorry about the slow video. It's still morning. I haven't had my coffee yet and trying to water the plants, and just felt like showing you guys my garden before it's too hot. That's been the challenge. It's really hot. I'm in zone 8B. Sorry if I didn't mention it in the very beginning of my video. I think I might start putting 8B in my description or something, or maybe in the title. But I have also some basil growing here. And the reason I have basil everywhere is because I lost quite a bit of basil last year because of heat. So I wanted a ton of option. You know, if I lose a few plants, I did not want to lose all, be done all, you know, things like that. So just extra plants, since I have the space, doesn't hurt. And my kids love basil, so something we use a lot. So try to grow a lot. And now I'm headed back to watering the goats and other things. I will make another fruit update video soon. I have other peach tree ready to harvest, so I'll be working on that today. Let me quickly show you guys. I actually harvested one tree already, and I have the other one that I just need to process and harvest, or harvest and process. So here's the peach tree that is ready, loaded with fruits. So I just need to come in, and you can see how quite a few peaches are on the floor. Because of some, you know, there are some bird damage, so I need to get in and do it today. So today's the only day I will pull all these peaches before they're all gone. So yeah, the good and bad about peaches that you basically get the harvest in a couple of days, and you take it or you lose it. So I'm learning how to harvest so fast. Not just harvest so fast, process it so fast, because obviously you cannot eat so many peaches in a week. So how to process them has been a challenge. It's a lot of cutting and processing, so you need some helping hands to do that. So last time I did call my friends over for the plum tree, and we harvested the plums together, and I made a good plum jelly. And this is another persimmon, but yeah, I'll make another fruit tree video soon. Thank you guys for watching. I gotta take care of the animals now.